Okay, so I just thought I'd show you guys what I'm doing with the fish filters here. For those that are interested, it's an Eheim 2213. I'm just showing it here. And cleaning filters, fish filters, a lot of people do it incorrectly. So if you look in there, you can actually see what they call the filter medium, which are just areas for the bacteria to grow on. Now, it is important when you're cleaning them out that you don't want to kill off that bacteria. That bacteria is very beneficial. What it's doing is breaking fish waste products down into less harmless compounds. So if you actually wash out your filter under a normal tap, the chlorine from the tap water is going to kill off that beneficial bacteria. It's a basic mistake, and a lot of new fish keepers will actually do that. I like these filters. I've actually got two of these filters, identical. I bought one second hand. I liked it so much I actually bought another one for another tank. And these are German designed. Unfortunately, they're all, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but they're Chinese made now. They used to be German made. And that's me just pulling the impeller apart, just making sure there's nothing in there. There's usually not too much maintenance. Now this is the medium bucket I'm pulling out here. You can see the macaroni at the bottom. There's stones and other filter media at the top. And I'll show you what's in the actual filter canister. See, that's the crap it all pulls out of the fish tank. A lot of that's just brown algae. It's pretty harmless. And the water you can see in the container there, where I'm dunking it now, is stuff I've actually got out of a fish tank. So it's dechlorinated water. It's the best sort of stuff to wash it out in. And now I'm just pulling the charcoal filter out. Now the charcoal filters for Eheim cost a small fortune. You don't have to use them, but I like it. And this is just a bit of sponge, that bit of fiberglass, I think it is, that you buy with your filters. You can just rinse that out and reuse it. Just get the muck out of it, put it through. I'll duck that bucket in there, and it sort of gets a lot of the waste out of it if I immerse it in water and shake it around a lot. Every now and then I'll pull it right apart, but I don't do that every time I clean these things. That's a lot of work. As I said, I do like the Eheim. I do have a Fluval as well, but the Eheims just seem to run without any sort of problem. The only thing I've ever done is broken the impeller shaft once when I was cleaning it out. There was much swearing to be had, I can assure you. So just putting it back in there now. See, as you notice, I've used no tap water anywhere in this cleaning process. Just making sure it's all tucked down there so that none of the filter medium can get up there into the actual impeller. I don't want it to jam the impeller. And this is a new activated carbon pad from Eheim. It's my last one. I've got to go and buy some more. And the lid just clicks in place. It's got some lips there that eventually I'll line up. And I'll put it all back together like that. Now, that's what's come out of the filter. I do it reasonably regularly. A lot of people just never do it. You shouldn't just let it build up and build up forever. It does need to be done sometimes. So now I've gone off and I'm searching for something which, quite frankly, I can't remember what the hell I'm going off there to look for, because I did this about 6 hours ago. But yeah, I do these probably once every 2 or 3 months. I'll get it done. I've got about 3 tanks running with these filters that need to be cleaned out on a semi-regular basis. Don't do them every change when the weather's nice like this. Now this water coming out here is not from a tap. This is me draining another fish tank in the house. So again, this is dechlorinated, it's aged water, and this is the best sort of stuff. So I'll probably be back here in a moment to fill up the container. So I've gone into the what I'm doing there is turning the I've got a little nozzle at the other end, a tap, and I've turned it on so that the siphoning action can start up again. I find it's a better way to siphon out the tanks is to actually have a shut-off valve up close to where I'm using it. Makes it a lot easier. So there's the I've got the flow going now, just letting it run through for a minute, and I'll fill the canister back up. Again, as I said, this is using aged water out of a fish tank. Now it's filled up, but there's a big air bubble at the bottom. You watch what happens when I flick the valve for the bottom. All of a sudden it drops right back down again. Huge bubble. And I'm pleased to say, when I actually managed to fill this up again and put it all back into place, it's got some like really cool valves that it all goes back together with on the system. Like half of the intake and outtake is still sitting over at the fish tank. When I hooked it all back up, it all worked perfectly first time. It doesn't always happen, but this time it did. I hate having to play around with it to get it to work. So here I am, just making sure that I'm putting the head back on. This is the business end of the filter, and you've just got to make sure that the clips line up with the clip holes, and it's all around the right way. And there's a rubber seal that you've got to make sure that you don't pinch it, and because if you do that, you're going to get leaks. It does actually sit below the fish tank, so if there's any leaks, it'll drain a lot of your tank out. I have had a couple of disasters like that, but they're few and far between.